ready to cook up. I'm ready to cook up. Ready. I'm ready to cook up. I'm ready.
I seen DJ Payne 1 video. This came out a day ago. Talking about stealing beats is now legal. Here's how. First of all, people have been stealing beats, but like the fact that it's legal is crazy. So let's see what you're talking about. Bam.
All you have to do is upload your favorite track or drop a YouTube. You can now steal a song legally. All you have to do is upload your favorite track or drop a YouTube link, click create, and boom, it generates a custom instrumental.
You can now legally steal beats. And if that seems wrong to you, that's because it is. But
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Many AI companies are making these claims knowing that the average person will never investigate them. Not me. Now, a lot of producers are getting attention, notably Ben Jordan and Curtis King, for joining Crystal Delgado's class action lawsuit against generative AI platforms because they have blatantly stolen and admitted to stealing millions upon millions of songs that we created. A lot of AI fanboys in the comments section claim a class action lawsuit could never win against the big AI company. Well, within just the last week, one AI company has agreed to pay out all the plaintiffs on a class action lawsuit against them. Anthropic AI is an AI company that has a chatbot named Claude. They trained this chatbot on millions of copyrighted books.
This is nuts. Anthropic. Okay. Okay.
Books. Now they've agreed to look at that settlement, $1.5 billion they've agreed to pay to the authors whose books they've pirated. That's an estimated $3,000 per work, and they will continue to pay that as more information comes out, as I understand it. Now, this is the part that all the AI fanboys are having nocturnal emissions over. The same judge in that class action lawsuit.
Why you calling them AI fanboys? I like AI, but I'm not a fanboy. That's crazy.
Did find that it was legal to train this AI chatbot on all of those copyrighted books. So the producers who find Cybertrucks more sexually arousing than the bodies of actual consenting human adults got super excited and said,
now I know who the AI boys are. I get it now. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. That's not me.
See, right there, the judge said it was fair use for them to trade Claude on all of those copyrighted books. So it has to be fair use for Suno to train its platform on your copyrighted beats. All right, you're done. But here's the difference, my overeager incel friend. The provisions.
The incels. That's who they are. There's incels in the producer community? I mean, why not, right? I didn't even think about that, but that do make sense. There's incels in the producer community. Okay.
Of fair use, which are used to defend somebody who's accused of copyright infringement, are very specific. And particularly for Anthropic, the reason why they were able to use the fair use defense and get out of at least that part of the lawsuit was that there was lack of harm to market. In other words, you can't use the Claude AI chatbot to write a book. That's not the point. So they didn't train Claude on a whole bunch of books in order for it to write its own books. Suno, however, or any of these generative AI music platforms, they are training their AI models on our stolen music in order to create music. So they are competing in the very same market. It's the reason why there's a problem in Spotify with all these AI tracks, because they are taking money out of the giant.
Yeah. When I did that Weaver video a couple weeks back, seeing all those Spotify AI playlists was nuts to me because I'm out the loop and I didn't know all that. That part of AI, I don't agree with and I don't like. But AI, as far as music production and using it as a tool, I personally like that, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But that part of the AI, I'm not maybe a fan of, to be honest with you.
Royalty pot that humans have access to. So that this is a problem. There's no way that that's legally defensible by fair use. So back to stealing beats legally, because this is crazy. It sounds like some bullshit because it is some bullshit. And here's all of the proof after I did some investigating.
You can now steal a song legally because this tool lets you clone any song's vibe without copyright risk. All you have to do is upload your favorite track or drop a YouTube link, click create, boom. It generates a custom instrumental in the exact same style. Want to go even harder? Drop in your own lyrics, upload a reference style, then click create, and bam.
Those lyrics were trash, whatever he was typing.
Your own song in seconds, copyright free.
Initial thoughts?
You can now steal legally.
Was God's game supposed to be God's plan? Is that like a rip? That's what it kind of sounded like. God's playing a little flute rip, but I couldn't tell.
I had a meeting with Suno yesterday, and they were giving me a demo of their platform. It's the wild, wild west right now. You know, laws don't move as fast as technology. And to me, the only way to protect yourself against all of this is community building and brand building. Because stuff is getting better. Like, you know, he just clicked a few buttons yesterday and made a beat that.
Nah, I agree with him with the brand building and community building, and that's what I'm working on. Ignite the Cookup is a community. I'm sorry, the Cookup crew is a community. Ignite the Cookup is the channel, and I'm building this community based upon other people that want to do production and music production, want to learn, want to teach others, want to help others. You know, let's all get to this bread. Let's all get to where we're trying to get to in life as far as music production. So if you want to join the Cookup crew and be a part of the Cookup crew, you know, follow along, hit subscribe. You're going to get all the information. Make sure you hit the bell and all that stuff. And then I also working on a Discord, and that's where I'm going to probably be more active in, is in the Discord. But yeah, man, look, I'm just trying to build something where I could build a nice community of people that really want to try to get to where we're trying to get to in life. So I appreciate anybody that subscribe. Hey, I got 185 subscribers on YouTube. 185 people believe in your boy. I just gotta be more more consistent with my content. I know. I gotta stop being lazy. I know. But shout out to the 185 that believe in your boy. Day one, A1, day ones, y'all. I appreciate y'all. All right, let's go.
Is better than some of the stuff I've heard on BeatStars. And, you know, the legal protection is not keeping up with the technology. So I think it sucks. I think that dude sound like a scumbag. Like, even to say, I know it's a hook in the beginning of a video to kind of get you to watch it longer. Right now you can steal legally. But that's just a wild thing to say. Like what? What? So if you're stealing anything, I mean, people are just comfortable stealing content. I shared another video with Ja the other day, and it was just a guy on a podcast, of course, you know, basically sharing how he steals people's content and makes millions of dollars from it. Just on a podcast.
Like podcast content, or like what?
No, like clips, like, you know, maybe Ja's content, like just getting stuff, finding stuff to go viral and monetizing it.
Yeah, no, probably on Facebook too. Meta made that so easy, where now, you know how like people, you used to go on Facebook and everyone's a friend. Now everyone's a content creator because they monetize their platform. And I'm seeing wild stuff. People I grew up with, oh, look at this, look how they did this, man. I'm like, you don't know him. You just took that from, and it's always linking comments, because that's that's the format that boosts and maximizes engagement. Yeah, these people could be making more off of that. Regular ass people who don't know marketing, more off that than their day jobs.
Just like Aaron's boy, David Shands
I think he backtracked on that because I feel like didn't he end up taking that post down, and he stopped responding to comments because it was like even his peers were like, bro, chill. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he was like, well, I don't mind it because they still mine, and it pushes me out. And a couple of his friends outside of us were even like, do you hear what you're saying? I'm not sure, but I feel like because he stopped responding to comments, I'm pretty sure he pulled that post down because I went back to look for it and I didn't see it. I might have missed it, but if I'm not mistaken, I think he's just like ignorant sometimes. And then I think because he is a businessman and like content is his thing, but like he has businesses that are thriving and that's like more of his secondary and tertiary. I know he's trying to make it primary now. I think he was just kind of more on the happy-go-lucky. He's not looking out for other creators and thinking about it that way. So I feel like it was just kind of like a dumb, like, wow, let's just steal and I'll win. It's like, bro, what?
But I would say, you know, that we live in a very ignorant country where probably most people are ignorant. Like, so they'll fall into this. There's probably the cat that was on the podcast and I'm talking about probably has a course about how to steal. Like, you know, and then you have this video that Payne just played, you know, steal legally. Like that doesn't even make any fucking sense.
No, it doesn't.
It does because I mean, this country is.
Yeah, you're okay. No, I see what you and AI has been just, you know, Suno, the people that you met with have been stealing legally. It's illegal. It's been ruled as illegal, but it's still gray area, so they're allowed to do it. If you have the money,
and then they just have to kick back and pay. So they're paying a fine for what they stole, but they don't have to scrub all the IP and.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about the gentleman that they were speaking about and what his comments was, but yeah, the whole stealing thing, I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess like that's what people say what sampling was, but sampling is more artistic to me. If I could take this sample and put it into this beat and make a whole new beat off of it, that's fire to me. It's not stealing, but some of the purists used to say it was. I don't know, but the shit that's going on now is crazy. It's totally different than that.
Destroy it. So it's like, is this really them being paid a fine, or is this how the government gets their fee, but they try to make it look like they're fining them? You know what I'm saying?
AI music, it's here to stay. You know, I just hope that like I said, the legal catches up with the tech. And but I would encourage artists to embrace it and figure out how to use it to your advantage. But it's really going to come down to, you know, community building, brand building, storytelling. You know, that's hopefully how you're going to win. You know, that's been how people have been winning, like LaRussell, obviously. And it will continue to be how people win.
Yeah, that's crazy that he brought up LaRussell because I was in the academics Discord the other day and LaRussell was talking in there, and I learned so much from LaRussell in just that little 20 to 30 minutes that he was talking in there, and just like eye-opening. And I don't know his age, but I'm older than him, but I you know, I understand that in the game and especially in stuff like that you're doing, that doesn't matter. It's about your experience and how you can use that to, you know, get paid, basically cultivate something to get paid. And just to listen to what that young man talked about, how he was trying to how he is building his stuff, I'm not gonna lie, it inspired me and it made me be like, yo, I gotta get back on my grind, back on my YouTube, build my community, build the people that's like-minded like me that wants to see all of us win, and you know, try to take back something when it comes to this producer community and this producing market network. Because if you listen to what they say, man, listen, they're trying to push us out more and more. You know what I mean? So like, what we gonna do? We gotta do something. Gotta fight the power. Oh.
Well, should people understand the implications of the technology they're using, though?
I don't think it's always going to be too late because they're never going to really reveal to us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, the more I get into this data game, the more I'm like, I don't want to post on the internet, because it's like, it's wild. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you start to look at Tesla more as a data company than a motor vehicle company, right? You're like, oh, when you're looking at Waymo is a data company. It's not their primary focus isn't transportation. Do you know what I'm saying? When you start to look at Meta and the reason that they're acquiring so many things and the whole TikTok battle, and it's all a data game, and it has to do with our government and what's being approved and all the IP that they're scrubbing to feed the algorithm to, you know what I'm saying? You start to really look at stuff like, I'm even saying for myself, like, what am I opting into? Like, truly, right? So like, I think, yes, people should know what they're opting into, but I don't think we'll ever understand it to the depth and the degree that they're doing it to us until it's way too late.
Well, sometimes it's right there in front of us, and that's what I want to talk about here. So just to review, can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to say the wrong thing here. But in that advertisement we just saw, they are claiming that that service can steal, and they use the word steal music. Now, that's already a sign they're not operating with ethics, but they're also not telling you the truth. So I'm just going to say I am sniffing this out as a deceptive ad. And a lot of AI dick writers are going to ride that dick right into hell because of things like this, because they don't pay attention. So let me just show you. So the platform is called Mereka, and I've covered this before because of this problem, this very problem. So I thought, okay, well, maybe they've changed it now. You know, they had a chance to change it. Let's see if they've rectified any of that. And the truth is no. So here are the terms of service. I went onto their website to see what the terms of service of their app are. And under the intellectual property rights stipulation, chapter, whatever, right here it says, Mereka hereby grants you a revocable, non-exclusive, non-transferable, non-sublicensable worldwide right and license to access and use the service solely for your personal non-commercial use and solely in strict compliance with the provisions of this agreement. Let's look at the other provisions, but first.
And that's what I think he was saying. He was saying that in the last one, because I don't remember what those. No. That was that Weaver Beats video I was watching. I don't remember who was the companies. I know Suno was one company, and there was another company that that person used to make that music, to make those songs, and it was like a mix of both of those AI companies, and they were breaking TOS, they were breaking terms of service when it came to it, because they basically say that you can't use it for you only got non-commercial use for these songs.
We have to understand.
So they're breaking TOS, but nobody cares because they're making money on Spotify. They're making money. They're running it up over there.
Understand what this means. This means you do not steal a Drake beat. You do not steal a Kendrick beat, whatever, and then drop a song to it and put it on the platforms. You can't do that. According to what it says here, that's because they're covering their own asses here, because
they're not going to tell you that. And he's 100% right. They are lying to you, because they're not going to tell you that, hey, if you put this up and somehow, some way, somebody catches it and finds out and they sue you, we told y'all, hey, don't do that. We told y'all. They're not going to put us in that lawsuit.
Know damn well, I can't speak with certainty. They may be doing this to cover their asses so that they are exempt or protected from this theft that they are promoting in some of these ads, or that third parties are promoting in some of these ads. Even more so, again, tell me in the ad, what were they encouraging users to do? What did they say? Even in the example in that video, what
he had
did
an
they?
Ed Sheeran picture up there.
But they showed a guy taking a YouTube link to an existing song that he didn't own, and he was encouraging. He said, take any song, drop it into Mareka, and it'll create a brand new beat for you. He said that, and then he said, you can use this beat, whatever. They said a lot of stuff. So when you go into their end user license agreement, under user content, it says, other content or materials you upload or post, you represent and warrant that you own all right, title, and interest in and to such user content, including without limitation, all copyrights. However, in that video, what they were saying is you can steal other people's stuff legally.
That's so,
and then you look.
That's so crazy. That is so crazy. But you can't. What do you expect when these people are making these this content so that you can click on their stuff? It's nothing but clickbait.
Look at the legal language, and it says, actually, no, you can't steal other stuff because that's illegal. So what's really going on?
I feel like they just do that to protect themselves, though. They know to get people on the platform, they got to just like say, hey, come on over here. You can do whatever you want. And I do believe that most of these platforms come under like, oh, this is just for play. This is just for fun, right? You know, like how social media originally started. Oh, just post all your stuff, do whatever. They're not telling us they're scrubbing all of our data. They're utilizing all of our face to create images. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, oh, this is fun. Share pictures with your friends. So I feel like in that sense, bro is doing exactly what he needs to do to get users on the platform. That's why they paid him. They're looking in the opposite direction. Like, no. Clearly on our website, it says this. And then he gets to come back and say, well, I didn't say they could release it and make money off of it. I'm just saying, if you want to scrub an Ed Sheeran song and have your own lookalike and have a similar one to play by yourself, we're all good to go. I think they're all doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they are. They are.
It's
she 100% right. That's exactly what they're doing.
Are you rocking with that shit, though? It's the Wild Wild West. If you have, I think when people think of the Wild Wild West, they look at an even playing field where, like, hey, as long as you're out there and you're willing to ride a horse and strap a revolver to your waist, you can go out and get it. That's not the case. It's the Wild Wild West corporatized, and with lawyers struggling to catch up, and the person with the money is all that matters. You can have as many horses and carriages and guns as you want. But I guess in the sense that in the Wild Wild West, there was a lot of colonization going on and genocide and all that. It's figurative genocide and colonization of intellectual property and small creators. So yeah, in that regard, yeah, it's a great analogy.
yeah.
This is why I switched to weight loss.
Yeah, so I thought that video was interesting. That's crazy to me. It's definitely crazy because we've been saying that nobody's protecting us, but like, listen, what are we to do? What are we to do? These companies are gonna steal our songs, steal our beats, steal whatever, and repurpose it to other people that are not gonna be talented at all and go out there to try to make millions off of it. And they're gonna make it. Meanwhile, us as little creators, we still gotta try to grind.
Ready to cook up. Ready to cook up. Ready. Ready to cook up. Ready.